What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new McFarlane Toys Page Punchers, which is crazy because they're TMNT Page Punchers. We're going to be taking a look at Donnie and Leo. Everybody has to take a crack at the turtles, I guess, so now this is McFarlane's take on the turtles. I love the artwork on the back. This is the IDW versions of them. We did get these from BST AXN. And they were pretty good. I actually really like those turtles, so I'm interested to see how these guys are going to compare. I can already say I probably like these a little bit more, but, you know, we'll kind of see. Let's see how it goes. But without further ado, let's go ahead and open these turtles up, as if we don't have enough turtles already. So, taking the two brothers out of the packaging, what are my thoughts on McFarlane's turtles? His first delving into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, as far as I can remember. What do we think? They're okay. They're okay. I don't love them. I don't hate them. They exist. Maybe enough said? I don't know. I think that they're pretty average Turtles figures. I don't think they're anything crazy one way or the other. So we'll go ahead and start with Leo. I mean, they did start with my two favorite turtles, so that's pretty cool. Leo, he's got a very round head. I like the way he looks. Nice sculpt on the bandana, which does rotate. I love when turtles' bandanas rotate. This comes as a separate piece to make it look like an accessory. It's really not. You want to plug that in and then just leave that there, and it will rotate on there, kind of, but there definitely is a right placement for it. The carapace looks good. Plastron looks good. Wish they did a little bit something different here with the ligament that is supposed to hold the plastron and the carapace together. Just kind of looks weird, just whatever, but it's not that big a deal. And then they have like the strapped look for the wrists and the elbows and the knees and the ankles. I like that. Now, McFarlane did something here a little bit interesting that I do appreciate. I do wish there was more. I guess maybe there's a wash on that. I can't tell. I don't know. He looks a little plasticky. It looks like they have a dry brush on him, but it's like so similar in color you can barely tell. And it looks like the plastron's been kind of biting away at the front of the leg from me doing this, but whatever. But they did do something kind of interesting in the sense of the wrist. It's like a ball joint that it rotates on top of. I actually really like this. This is a great design. It looks good in every position, and it gets pretty decent range. I think it gets about the same range that a hinge would, maybe a little less, but I like that. And they did the same thing for the ankles. The ankles are a little bit more gappy, but I think in terms of range, it's not bad. Like, it's not like as good as a traditional hinge, but I like it. I like it. They did do single joints, but we'll talk more about articulation later, but I like it. What I don't like is how different the fingers and toes are in color on Leo. It is so noticeable on him. Like, that looks atrocious. It looks worse in person than on camera. Donnie's doesn't have that problem, but it literally looks like Leo like painted his toes and fingernails. Or fingers. It's just weird, man. Not a big fan of that, but yeah, it's pretty good overall. I think it's fine. Now, in terms of accessories for Leo, they kind of did a weird thing with one of the accessories, but we'll jump into it. So, in the package, he comes with two fist hands, but he does come with two gripping hands that can hold his katana. So, they look good. They look fine. Ripping the paint away. These hands are so tight. I don't know why we don't use soft plastic for the hands, especially when you have this kind of like wrist setup. But the silver looks nice. Short katana. I'm not going to take them out of the hands because I don't want to keep messing it up, but they do fit in these sheaths. But they did that stupid thing where it's like not an actual sheath, and you got to push so hard. It's just super unpleasant to play with, which is kind of my vibe on this whole figure. Is it looks all right, but it's just not super fun to pose around with and play with, which, you know, when you make an action figure, should be your main objective. So this is what he comes with in terms of hands. He also comes with an alternate head, which I think I like this one a little bit more. Either one works for me. The paint is not super clean on either one of them, but they're both decent head sculpts. And then the last thing he comes with, aside from the comic book, which Leo comes with this comic book, and I will definitely be reading this. This is a thick book, man. It's like a little mini series on Leo. I actually cannot wait to read this. This is pretty cool. But he also comes with interchangeable feet, which is really weird. Instead of doing a toe joint, they did interchangeable feet, which makes absolutely no sense to me, especially because McFarlane almost always does toe joints. And they're like crunched toes, but like these are almost useless because, I mean, the leg doesn't go back enough nor forward enough to justify having this. So like that's as far forward as the leg can go. And everything I'm saying here also applies to Donnie. So then if you take, make sure you get the right one. So if you pop that off and then plug in the like bendy toed foot, it's like, what pose is this? What are we supposed to do with that? Like, let me be fair and plug it in the right way. But like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess you could get some kind of cool poses out of it. Like, let's imagine he has swords in his hands. Like, I guess I can see the vision here, but I think it's I think it's a waste of an accessory, to be honest. That's my opinion. I'm never going to use those feet. I think it's a waste of an accessory, but, you know, let me know what you guys think. So, now in terms of articulation for Leo, he's going to look up pretty damn good, I got to say. He'll look down, pivot side to side, and rotate. I think the head articulation's actually pretty decent on this guy. The shoulder goes up, it goes down, it rotates. It kind of has that butterfly joint, but it really doesn't do anything. It's more just to hide the joint. And then single jointed elbow, which is so lame, and rotates. So lame. I mean, it's 90, it's cool. And then like we showed earlier, the wrists are, I love the wrists personally. They're probably my favorite part of this whole, both of these figures. Hips go out that far, they'll go down. He'll kick forward, literally to the air. That's so ass. Back, no thigh swivel really. They do have, it rotates on the peg a little bit. And then a single jointed rotating knee that barely gets 90. And it has those ugly, like, flaps, but whatever. The ankles will go up, they'll go down, they'll pivot side to side, and rotate as well. Again, I like what they're doing here with the wrists and the ankles. It works better on the wrists, but it's not bad on the ankles neither. So, pretty average articulation for a turtle. Nothing crazy, but I do like it enough. I just wish that he had double joints and better range in the hips. Better range in the hips more than anything, but not terrible. It's okay so far. Now, I'm not just saying this because he's my favorite turtle, but I do think Donnie fares better in this 2-pack, or this 2-series, like, wave, I guess. They're not a 2-pack, but I think he looks better, first of all. I like the little, you know, smirk that they have for him. He has more paint on him that's visible. The dry brush works better on him because they do have slightly different skin tones. The wash is way more predominant on his straps, so they don't look nearly as plasticky as Leo's do. And he comes with more stuff, so I don't know. I actually think Donnie does fare better. He even looks like he has a wash in the straps on his wrists and stuff. And I guess if you look closely on Leo, I guess it's there, but it just, I don't know, it just seems to work better on Donnie. So he looks pretty good. Thinner, different mold. I don't think they reuse any parts. Maybe the torso. No, Leo's neck looks thicker. Is that just me? I don't know. I really cannot tell. The arms are definitely not reuse, and neither are the legs, because Donnie is slightly taller, which I like that. I like when Donnie's the tall, skinny one. Yeah, the legs and arms are different, but I don't know. Yeah, the carapace is, yeah, the shells are different. So he's a whole new mold. He's a whole new mold, which is nice. I like when the turtles have different molds. I like when they have the same one too. I'm just so biased Turtles fan, man. So in terms of accessories for Donnie, he comes with his comic book, which is a little mini series. I am actually super excited to read these. These are pretty cool. Hopefully we get these characters. I like Splinter. He kind of looks like a little teddy bear, but yeah, pretty cool. Now, in terms of accessories, you get 2 interchangeable hands for Donatello. You get a choppy hand, so I guess that's fine. And then you get a grip hand that you can have him hold his bow staff. His bow staff can also be stored in the back, which it's a way smoother transition than it is for Leo. So, yeah, not a bad bow staff and gripping hand. He does come with an alternate head, so it's like a smiling head. I like that. I definitely like this one better, but this is cool. The bandana is a different sculpt, and they rotate on both heads for Donnie as well. Oops, dropped the head there. He comes with those interchangeable feet things. Again, kind of a waste. Not a big fan of these, but whatever. It's included, I guess. And then he does come with like a little blowtorch and a wrench. Just wanted to see if that click in. They even have like a little wash on the silver. These are really nice. I wish he had 2 gripping hands to hold both of them. It's like we don't think about this kind of stuff, McFarlane, but you know, I like it. These are fun accessories for Donnie, so I'm not upset about it. Now, in terms of his articulation, it's very similar to Leo's. The head has really good range. I won't say really good, but decent range. Rotating bandana. Shoulder goes up, down, rotates 360. Single jointed, rotating elbow. And then the wrists are on pegs. Again, I think it works best on Leo's wrists, but I'm okay with this new articulation. I like it. His hips go out further, because he's thinner. They'll rotate a little bit. They'll go back. Single jointed, rotating knee. And then the ankles are on that thing again. I think it looks better on Donnie's here. So, like I said, I think Donnie fares better here. Is he, again, he's not an amazing figure by any means. Neither of them are. But I think he turned out a little bit better. Now, these are billed as 5-inch figures. I guess that's kind of where they get the licensing to be able to do it. But they're not much smaller than any turtles I've ever handled. And turtles are weird in the sense of, they could be huge, they could be small, they could be regular sized. It doesn't really matter what size the turtles are, and I'm okay with that. So these work for me. So here they are next to the NECA Toys King Kong, along with the Jazzwares Fortnite Series 6-inch Peely. Here they are next to the McFarlane Toys Dark Knight Returns Batman, along with the Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men Series Darwin. And I would also like to throw in that I did see Shredder from this series. Definitely not picking that up. He's tiny. He's about the same size as Donnie. That doesn't even seem in scale with this own line, so I don't know. That's just me, but Shredder's a total pass. And then here they are next to the Hasbro Marvel Legends What If Series Zombie Captain America. So some of you might be wondering, yo, Ant, what are your final thoughts on these turtles? And I gotta say, they're just another set of turtles. Do I think they're anything insane? Absolutely not. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because it's not like they're a terrible set. And I think for $25 to get everything you get in the package with, the comic book and all that stuff, I don't think that's that bad, especially considering McFarlane is charging $30 for these Mortal Kombat figures and they come with virtually nothing. But whatever. But yeah, I think they're fine. I don't think they're amazing. They're not going to blow your socks off, but I think they're kind of just inoffensive. They're cool, I guess, if you like this version of the Turtles. We'll see. So, I don't think a lot of people are going to be into these. I'm just a die-hard Turtle collector, and I really wanted to see how McFarlane handled a Turtles license. So, here I am. And I'll definitely pick up Mikey and Raph once they release. But I probably won't go all in on this line. I'm definitely not going to go all in on the line. I might pick up Bebop and Rocksteady, because they kind of looked cool, and I do like Bebop and Rocksteady, but we'll see. So with that being said, at a price point of $25, I'm going to give them a 7.5 out of 10. I think they're a little bit better than the McFarlane Mortal Kombat Classics figures, but not by much. So with that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. If you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd. I post on all those apps, and have a great time, so I'm sure you will too. But as always, let me know. Coppin. See you guys next one. Peace.
Guys, I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them, as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.